My journey is actually a very interesting one. Right now it looks glamour and glitz, but it's a roller coaster ride. I left school and went out to California, to Santa Barbara for like a month, trained with my agency at the time, which is, one of the biggest agencies in the world, very prominent in the NBA. NBA is what you aspire to play. So I'm out there training with, guys in that draft class, that 2015 draft class, along with myself, Josh Richardson, Frank Kaminsky, Jahlil Okafor, Kelly Oubre, Stanley Johnson, Harrison Twins, Joe Young, a bunch of different guys that are still playing in the NBA today. So we were all training out there and at UC Santa Barbara, all in preparation for our pro day right before the NBA draft. So we had our pro day with about 100 to 150 NBA personnel, scouts, coaches, GMs, all in the gym watching us work out. And, I thought I played, all right, did all right. I was a little timid at first. I'm coming from St. Peter's University. These guys are at, University of Tennessee, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, all these big name schools. So, I really, wasn't being myself. With all that being said, draft came up, didn't get drafted, which is fine. A lot of guys go undrafted, so it's all part of the journey. Then, just waiting on whatever's next, whether that be NBA G League or overseas. Had a couple looks, in the G League, had some workouts with some teams. Finally got the call to go overseas. So I went to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia to be exact, and wasn't, the best experience, but it was, getting my foot in the door. At that point, it's what it's all about. Came home after that summer, I went to a workout and, played my butt off and really, showed out. Got hooked up with the GM of the New Orleans Pelicans. He actually invited me to NBA Summer League training camp. That was summer of 2016, I believe. And that was the year like Buddy Hield got drafted, Check Diallo. So, we're all in the gym, going through training camp in preparation for Summer League. In my mind, I'm playing with a bunch of guys, point guards there, along with myself, with like Larry Drew, Mike James, Pat Barber, and Ryan Boatwright. So we're all, going at it. And, unfortunately for me, I ended up getting cut, which is, again, just part of the journey. At the time, I didn't really see it as that. It was a good experience because I knew that I could play at that level. It was just a matter of when, how, where, however it was going to happen. So, like I said, ended up getting cut. Went to Canada that year. Canada's a decent league, obviously closer to home, but got cut again in Canada. At the time, I'm 23 years old. I'm thinking like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? So ended up getting a part-time job working at Dick's Sporting Goods, still, working out and in the gym, keeping myself in shape. I was ready to honestly hang it up. I wasn't getting any calls or anything. So springtime of that year, I started taking, real job interviews. I had a financial advising interview and basically had the job. And I walked out of that building with a suit and tie on that day. And I looked at myself and I was just like, man, this just isn't for me. I told myself I'd give myself one more summer to really lock in. I ended up getting hooked up with a guy who, was a great overseas player and NBA player. And he, was a great mentor to me. And he got me, hooked up with another agent and got a job in Bosnia, which the team I played for played in the Adriatic League, which is, a top 10 league in the world. And, coming from, my first 2 years of being, up and down and then going here was truly a blessing. I get that opportunity and my first game out there, play against a guy who I looked up to my whole career, even in high school, going that far back. And I played against him my first game and had like 35 points, 6 assists, crazy stat line. And then at that time, after that game, that's when I knew like, this is what I was supposed to be doing. This is what God had planned for me the whole time. After that, the career kind of still wasn't, where I wanted it to be, but, I felt like I got to just be able to control whatever I can control. So that year was still up and down. And then the following year, I figured it should be easy after this, but still, still trying to grind it out and, get to where I want to be. Ended up going to Poland, didn't start the entire year, but still had, very good numbers. that year after Poland, which was my 4th year, going into my 5th year, waiting around for a job again, halfway through the season, finally get a job in Turkey, which is my 1st year in Turkey. And after that, it was really, history, because, I kind of found a home in Turkey, and, it's been great ever since. That was the 1st year of COVID, so the season got cut short. And, at that time, I'm like, man, I can't catch a break. Finally, I get to, a place where I'm comfortable and, I'm playing well. Season gets cut short, COVID happens. And then after that, I get a job in Israel that summer. Actually, they went to finish up the season in the summertime, because they had the pandemic somewhat under control over there. It's a smaller country. So went over there for the rest of the summer. The situation didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but still it set me up for this past year, which was back in Turkey, and on a team that, trusted me and, was very comfortable with me. Like I said, basically, finding a home in Turkey, and then, this year re-signing back with that team, trying to win a championship. That's it.
If you want to see more hometown athletes, coaches, or trainers, subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out Findaballer.com. Thanks for watching.